I used to think people who didn't use social media were hiding something. Like, what are you running from? Why don't you want to be seen? But then I met someone who completely changed that idea for me. He didn't have Instagram, no Facebook, no TikTok, nothing. At first it felt strange. In a world where everyone documents everything, he just lived. No posts, no updates, no stories. And honestly, it made me uncomfortable because I realized something. I didn't know how to understand someone I couldn't scroll through. There was no highlight reel, no captions to explain his life, no clues about who he was trying to be, just him. And over time, I started noticing things about people like him, people who choose not to use social media. They're not all the same, but they often share something deeper. First, they don't rely on validation in the same way. Most of us, whether we admit it or not, feel something when we post. We wait, we check, we refresh. Did people like it? Did anyone notice? But people who step away from that, they slowly stop tying their self-worth to other people's reactions. Not because they're better than anyone, but because they've learned how quiet life feels without that constant feedback. And once you get used to that quiet, it's hard to go back. Second, they're usually more comfortable being unseen. That sounds simple, but it's actually rare. Most people want to be known, recognized, acknowledged. There's this subtle pressure to prove you exist, to show your life is meaningful, interesting, worth watching. But people who don't use social media, they've made peace with the idea that not everything needs an audience. They can enjoy a moment without thinking, should I post this? They can experience something fully without turning it into content. And that kind of presence is powerful. Third, they tend to have stronger boundaries. Social media doesn't just show your life, it invites people into it. Your thoughts, your routines, your relationships all become visible. But stepping away from that creates a kind of distance, a boundary. It's like saying, not everything about me is for public consumption. And in a world where oversharing is normal, that choice takes a certain level of self-respect. But here's the part that surprised me the most. It's not that they're disconnected. If anything, they're often more connected, just differently. They call instead of comment. They meet instead of message. They listen instead of scroll. Their relationships aren't built on updates, but on presence. And that presence feels different. It feels real. Now, let's be honest. Not using social media doesn't automatically make someone deep or wise. Some people just don't care for it. Some are busy, some tried it and left. And some people who do use social media are incredibly grounded, self-aware, and intentional. This isn't about labeling one group as better. It's about understanding the mindset behind the choice. Because when someone chooses to step away from something that everyone else is drawn to, it usually means they've asked themselves a question most people avoid. Is this actually adding value to my life? And they were honest enough to answer it. I think that's what stayed with me the most. Not the fact that he didn't use social media, but how comfortable he was with himself without it. No performance, no constant comparison, no need to be seen to feel real, just quiet confidence. And maybe that's the real psychology behind it. It's not about rejecting the world. It's about choosing a different way to experience it. A slower way, a quieter way, a more private way. So the next time you meet someone who doesn't use social media, don't assume they're missing out. They might just be living in a way most people forgot was possible. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my future uploads.